What's up, guys? So today I'm going to show you how to create a recursive function that's going to be able to be used as virus scanner system to check all of the items in your workspace, for example, for scripts or for any class. You could look for, humanoids, you could look for module scripts, you could look for local scripts, you could look for parts. And this is basically what we're going to be creating today. And maybe explaining it as we go. And I'm going to be going as quick as possible. So let's go ahead and delete that script. And then we're going to go ahead and create a new one, and we're going to call our function search, and we're going to have some parameters, and these parameters are going to be called folders. Since we're going to search through a folder, we're going to search for a class name. The class name, like I said, could be anything. It could be the terrain, it could be the part, it could be a script, but we're going to specifically search for scripts. So we're going to, when we call this function later, we're going to search through the game.workspace, and we're going to search for scripts. And this could be part, this could be anything, any class name. So we're going to search through, we're going to make a table of the folder's children. So local children equals folder get children. Now we're going to loop through the table of the folder's children. So for index value and I pairs children do. Now I'm also going to shorthand this since I don't need to loop through in the numbers. I'm just going to shorthand that, and since I can just take out I pairs since this is also the same as I pairs. And then I'm going to change value to object just for easier to read. And then if object class name equals class name, because that could be script as well, script. But since we already are using that in the argument down there, we can we're calling that already when we use it, so we're using it there. So we can just type it once, and then we could change it up later. So if it is, then objects found equals found plus 1, and objects equals objects plus 1. We still have to create those though. And then we can get their names by creating an empty table. We're going to insert this into the table. So we're inserting the specific object into the objects found names table. We're searching through each children of workspace. So let's start with camera. If it is an object, so it's going to give it plus 1 because we're just adding an object. Then if is it a script? No, so it's just going to skip this block of code. So now we need to check if the number of objects children is greater than 0. So if it has a child, then do something, but if not, then just skip. Now it's going to go to terrain. So in our current status of what our code is, it'll just go to camera, it'll add 1. It's not a script, and it doesn't have any children, so then it'll say terrain. Now objects will be plus 1, so it'll be 2. Then it'll say, is it a script? It's not a script. Does it have children? It's not children. Then it'll go to spawn location, and it adds plus 1. Is it a class name script? No. Does it have children? Yes. So it'll run. It actually runs this block of code for the first time before going to the next one. So to check if this is a script now, since we're checking through it, does it have children? Yes, it has children. It has a decal. We're going to actually run the same function on itself, and we're going to run it on the same object, and then we're going to say, is it the class name? So is it the script that we're looking for? So this is called a recursive function, and this is actually already fully functional at this point. And it's going to check for every single script in the workspace. So now we need to print objects found equals objects, or actually objects searched, then objects found. You could interpolate this later if you wanted to make it easier to read with the print statements. There you go, guys. We're gonna run this, ignore all the other stuff. It's just these first 3 lines. And then open this up, and it's gonna show you all the scripts in the game. So that's basically write a recursive function to find any hidden scripts, like an antivirus system. You could look for parts, you could look for local scripts, you could look for module scripts. That's what you should really be looking for antivirus system is module scripts, local scripts, and scripts. So we found 3 module scripts, and then you can either go into the workspace and you can delete them or you can edit them because now you know where they are and how many there are. Thanks for watching, guys.